Okay, so I'm back again, and what I have done was I did a little bit more softening on this, worked a little bit more on this edge and a little on that, a little on the hat, but then mostly what I did is I stood back and I looked and I thought, these are too dark. I've lightened them a lot, but now that I'm actually turning around and looking at it again, it seems like that's still too dark. Because they're back into a foggy area again, and they're also distant, so they need to be lighter. And he's closer, so he should be technically a little bit darker than they are, plus maybe he's getting more contrast from the light. So I may go in and take out even more charcoal than what I've already done. The other thing is that this wall is, if you're in Venice, you see a lot of times they use any flat surface to put on these big publicities for theater and stuff like that. So this was, you know, they get torn down and they get worn down with weather because very rarely does anybody ever remove them. So anyway, I felt that this was too bright, and even though the light is coming to hit this face of it and it is white paper, again, we're in a foggy situation here in the evening, so I wanted to reduce the contrast on this. I want to keep a little bit of texture high here because as we come forward you see a little bit more texture here because the view is clearer, but also I want, you know, it's a way to do distance. But I did knock down some of the light on this as well. I may come in on this now that I look at it because this part here is a plane that's even with parallel to the plane of this face of this wall here. So that means that this wall should be getting a little more light, but not this one. Okay, so it's those kind of things that I'm looking at now to give a critique to this. I'm fairly happy with this. I like this subtle bit of light here. I could make it even more brighter as I get from this point to this point. I don't know if I want to get that much because I'm not trying to, again, I'm not trying to compete with this section here. So I rather like it. I have a change of tone. I've got texture in the stone here, also lighter here, and it goes darker and then darker. And so, and I'm kind of grouping the darks here to give him a little bit of maybe a surprise element. And then this is just kind of nice here. But again, I may darken that a little bit too, and some of this. We'll see how that goes because the light is going to be coming down into here. So it should be darker up here, and as it goes, here you can start to see the line from an angle, giving the architecture away. But other than that, other than just little tiny things like this, I'm pretty much going to call this baby done. And like I said, I'll live with it for a while and see if something strikes me as strange when I walk past. But other than that, I'll take photographs of it, and if I could find a cruise scanner in Italy, I would, because I prefer the high-res scans. But right now, I use my Nikon so I can make reproductions of the print. And after that, then I'll spray fix. And I may take photos again if I like how it looked. But I usually take photos before, just in case you get spittle out of the bottle of fix or you get something that doesn't go right. Sometimes the fixative makes the darks really too dark. And sometimes it does, and then when it dries, sometimes, you know, it just depends. But I always take it for insurance to make sure that if somehow I damage the original, I've got really good photographs of the artwork before that. Okay, thanks for watching. Share and subscribe to my newsletter if you'd like to see more of this kind of content. Ciao, ciao, ciao. Thank you.